All right, friends, it's T-Man. We back again. But guess you? I mean, I don't have to tell you, do I? You can just tell by the the face already, that smug face. It's JasonBlaha. Yes, man. Strength and fitness, the lifting, gym, lifting, recruiting slave. All right, man, we're going to review this video. This is funny. JasonBlaha says, somebody asked a question. Jason, doing bodybuilding? You have become everything you swore to destroy, Jason. Why bodybuilding, Jason, and everything else that you talked about? All right, man, let's review this video.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here. I thought I would sit down and do another video for you guys and gals. Let me get a sip of my water first.
I told you, man, I got him to drink water. Someone called drinking that Kool-Aid. You cheap bastard. You know Kool-Aid's made out of plutonium, Blaha. Did you know that?
Let me get my beautiful radio voice going and let's talk about this. You know, I had someone say in the comments, like, Jason, with you bodybuilding, you're becoming everything you swore to destroy. You were the chosen one. You were the chosen one. No.
You were the chosen one for what? Lifting a heavy weight off the floor? The chosen one of what? So you could look like dog shit lifting heavy weight off the floor? Come on, man. Like, seriously. Have you seen some power lifters out there? They're really fat. Not all. Some people have good structures, but good majority of them are fat and terrible. They look sloppy.
It's hilarious. Because yeah, I've always clowned on bodybuilding for years and years, but there's a point where our goals change.
Even the Greeks revered aesthetics, man. Bodies. They built statues to them. They were into aesthetics, not just strength and sports. The Greeks were just about into everything, right? Sports and sports and strength and a whole bunch of other stuff. But they were also into physiques. They appreciated, you know, nice looking things and nice looking bodies and people and things like that. They weren't stupid.
We have to mature. We have to grow up a little bit. And you can tell me doing that skit right there, I've clearly matured. Very mature. Yes, I still have that scrape on the top of my head from the barbell.
I mean, can you imagine watching Superman in like these tights and he had a big belly looking like Santa Claus with a big fat belly, but he was strong? Oh, he's Superman, but he's strong. Yeah, but he was fat and ugly. Would you still want to watch him? I mean, all the cartoons, it's all aesthetic, bro. The cartoons, the movies, Batman. You don't see a fat Batman, do you? Or a fat Superman out there, right? An ugly Batman or Superman. Come on.
I've got this gray hair in my beard, a salt and pepper. I'm mature now. But here's the thing. Standing around worrying about big numbers and at the expense of looking good and everything else, yeah, it got me some pretty good numbers, but...
He's matured. Hey, man. Blaha has matured. This is incredible news.
At the end of the day, is that really what I want to focus on? No, I want to be multifaceted. I do want to look good. I think it's good for me.
He does want to look good, multifaceted, but he'll never look good. Blaha, I have news for you. You're never going to look good. And I mean, you could do a little plastic surgery, maybe. Oh, okay. Oh, here's the thing. Possibly you could reverse some of this damage. If you were to go back and eat your natural diet, your body will transform back to a better looking body. Maybe your hair may even grow back too. If you eat your natural diet, your hair, your balding head there, your hair may grow back. Yeah. See, the problem with carbohydrates, they increase your estrogen. Yeah, then the hair falls out.
Personally, I think it's good for my own well-being. I think that it's good for me professionally because let's be realistic. That's what people want. When you look at it
it is good for your well-being. So you're not obese and you take care of your health. The whole point is to eat properly and it will reflect in your physique. But unfortunately, because coach here eats an unnatural diet, it's reflecting in his physique. Here's the thing. You could be speaking, but body's doing the talking, and his body is talking really loud, and it's saying tofu, spaghetti, artificial diet. It's saying sarcopenia. Here's what it says when I look at Blaha's body. It says sarcopenia. It says loose skin. It says he's in poor health, no teeth, bald head. Yeah, it looks terrible. He's injecting plant toxins in his buttocks, which is steroids, and he's eating plants on top of it, which are really corrupting him, and tofu and an unnatural diet, which is completely corrupting his body. He's suffering from autoimmune diseases and skin diseases because we could see it. We saw it on his legs. You know, it's everywhere. So we already know that's what's speaking. The body is speaking, and people are writing in the comment section, Blaha. When you look at my body, it doesn't say sarcopenia. It doesn't say skin diseases or autoimmune diseases or anything like that. My hair's not falling out or anything like that, dude. My teeth are not falling out. It's speaking for me. My body is doing the talking for me. I don't have to speak. I just have to show myself. That's it. The rest, it falls in place.
By and large, most people care more about looking good. It is what people want. Trust me, I've done the research.
No, he's done the research, bro. Of course they want people that look good. They want to be attractive and attracted.
I've done the research, and why am I going to stand here and deny it? And I mean, I have to admit on some level, there's appeal to it. There's appeal to it. Even if I'm going to step back and be honest with myself, if I'm setting aside going, if I'm not going to pursue elite powerlifting at the world level.
Yes, Blaha, ugly is out and good looking is in. Have you heard in the 21st century? Big time now, more than ever. Have you ever heard of this thing called max looking? Yeah, looks are in big time now. But there's a lot of people, they want to make themselves look really ugly. The uglier they can make themselves, they think that's pretty. Well, that's starting to go out slowly. It's really about the looks.
You know what? I do want to look good. Like, why not? There's nothing wrong with it. And that's the thing I would say to guys. There's nothing wrong with admitting you want to look good. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it upright. So even my own training at this point, people are noticing now in the vlogs I'm shifting further into the body part split. I am really looking at my training like a bodybuilder. Now I'm really going, I really do need to be looking at range of motion on exercises a lot, within my ability to do them. Obviously, we have different joint ranges of motion and flexibility. Coming to a point where it's like, maybe I need to reduce the weight. Maybe even those upright rows, I need to grip a little wider. Reduce the weight and bring it all the way as high as I can to failure. Okay? Maybe I need to look at every head. If I'm going to do a split.
Maybe you do, Blaha. The problem is you don't know how to bodybuild. You just know how to lift a heavy weight off the floor. And you don't even know how to do that properly because you've done it fakely. That's why you rely on steroids. You're still injecting these plant genetics to lift a heavy weight. See what I mean? If you were to stop, it would all go away because you never did it naturally. You got your body to rely on lifting something heavy by injecting plant genetics. That's why all these people on steroids, a good majority of them on steroids, they drop off. Well, some people stay on steroids forever. Like, some of our influencers out there, you know who they are. They pretty much try to stay on there forever on steroids. But they do lower dosages, and they do very specific things to get away with it.
Maybe, because again, I do coach people for this stuff. If I'm going to look better.
You coach people for this stuff, yet you don't know how to do it yourself? That's crazy.
More and more for the camera, I really need to coach myself the way I would coach someone who comes to me and says, Jason, I want to do a photo shoot. How you going to prep me for a photo? I want to do some photos later.
You got to coach yourself? I thought you already were coaching yourself.
At least I want to do a little amateur bodybuilding show. How am I going to train them? Am I going to train them the same way I train my other clients? No. Nope, we're gonna have to pay attention to their rear delts. We're gonna have to pay attention to their rear delts.
I'm using heavy cables, and I usually lay down on the floor to do my rear delts. But occasionally I do some very heavy dumbbells for rear delts, maybe around 80 pounds, 85 pounds. Yeah, for rear delts. Not that I really have to, but I just do them like that, and they're usually very high repetition.
And their side delts, and their upper chest. We're going to have to look at, is the lateral head and the tricep getting enough stimulus? Is the long head getting enough stimulus? Notice none of that means that we need cables or squeezing, but we damn sure need to be using exercises that make sure we hit all those areas.
Aren't we already doing that, Blaha?
We need to actually develop every muscle in the body.
If you want to develop every muscle in the body, this is where Blaha says it. We need to develop every muscle in the body. How do you do that? Through adaptations. How do you develop every muscle in the body? It's called adaptations. So you need to do as many movements as possible to eke out an adaptation, so that muscle, that hybrid muscle and that type 2 muscle can calibrate bigger and stronger by repairing and remodeling through an adaptation. What is an adaptation? Muscle damage. It's correlated with muscle damage. If muscle gets damaged, you get what we call an adaptation. All right, that's an adaptation. And how does it adapt? It adapts by repairing and remodeling stronger. So it's resilient from further assault. It will not get damaged anymore, and you'll be comfortable working in your factory job. You will not be getting damaged or rhabdo or anything like that. It's the protective effect. It's called repeated bout effect phenomenon. Ever heard of it?
Every muscle in the body. Okay. Still gonna keep the heavy squat, bench, and deadlift in there. They're gonna be reps. They're gonna be heavy. Maybe 5+ reps.
Yeah.
You can call it power building. But yeah, I'm gonna have to think like a bodybuilder more and more, even adjusting my split accordingly.
I can tell you right now, the people that go to the gym, they do the exact same exercises, the exact same lifts, the exact same machines over and over and over again. They got a newbie gain off these exercises. They got some newbie gains. And then they never got them again. I can tell you right now, 90% of the people that are out there, maybe 90%, those of us old school people like me, we already know how to get over these things, these adaptations and stuff. But the majority of people, I'd say over 90% of the people are stuck on newbie gains forever. And I'm talking muscular newbie gains, they're stuck forever because they don't know it's based on an adaptation system. They don't understand this.
Adjusting it, even the split itself has to account for weak points, in arms being the biggest weak point.
Arms are not the biggest weak point. Your arms are overworked. That's your problem. You keep using your arms for all your lifts, so they're overworked, so they'll shrink. They're the ones that'll shrink the most because your bench press is relied on your arms. Your pulling motions for your back is relied on your arms. And somewhat even when you're doing your shoulders. And also if you're doing your forearms or doing your arms. I mean, there's just these motions, you're overworking them. And then you're going to go do your arms the next day. That's crazy. Let's say I did my arms today, right? I can't do my chest. I can't do my chest today. I did it yesterday, my arms and stuff. I can't do it. No, I can't. So I'm gonna recalibrate. I'm gonna do my legs today and then possibly see how I feel the following day to see if I could do my chest. That's all. My biceps will be out of the way, but still, there's still some work being done there. So I don't want to overwork anything. I don't want it to shrink.
My split in such a way to address that. Optimizing volumes, training hard, training the little movements hard. Training the little movements hard, just as hard as I trained in the deadlift to get it over 600 and do it with good form. Okay? You have to do these things. And keep in mind, also need to announce, I'm going to have to announce it all the time. So if I'm going to be a more aesthetic bodybuilding oriented influencer, it is important to let you guys know that I'm natural regularly.
You're natural regularly? You're not natural, though, dude. We know you're not.
More often you say it, the better. Hashtag and everything. It's important. It's important. Everyone needs to know that you're natural.
Look, Blaha, I don't take any drugs if that's what you're talking about. I don't inject plant toxins. Fuck, I wouldn't even know where to get them in the area where I live. Where the hell would I get them? Where would I get them? They're illegal to get here, man. They're really hard. They don't even allow you to mail stuff anymore outside the country, to receive mail anymore. Like, not to say that you couldn't be in possession of some steroids in Canada as opposed to USA, but it's almost impossible to get. It's really difficult. So I don't know how some of these people get it, but it's very difficult. The mailing system, they cut that off a while ago. So people are not mailing it anymore like before.
You gotta believe it. So yeah, I guess I need to be natural too. And then up next.
I don't know what that means, natural. Just fucking, can you afford to eat meat, bro? Are you that poor that you can't eat? Listen, are you that poor of a coach that you don't know that it's based on an adaptation system and that it's based on eating natural food like meat and seafood, dude?
I need to find a protein company to give me an affiliate link. That probably won't happen, by the way.
No, because you got an ugly physique and you look like shit, dog shit. Even if you, and you are on, we know you're on steroids, Blaha.
I think I pretty well burned my bridges there. Where are they honking at? All the way across the block. They're not
I think that's your landlady over there. She wants the rent for the room in the garage.
leaving a street there. Probably have burned my bridges with supplement companies, but that's okay. Right? But the joking aside there, no, it is changing my goals. And I can admit I'm changing my goals. And there's a point where we have to just say, we got to grow up and mature. Plus the world itself is changing. The world itself is changing. And I don't think we're in the situation anymore to where we need to continually have that divide between strength and aesthetics. We've had that divide way too long. And it's not doing people any good. We are not better off for that existing. Okay? And I have no problem with saying, look, let's bridge the gap. Other guys are doing it out there. Old school guys all did it. Okay? Old school guys all did it.
You know, Blaha's like the gift that keeps giving and never stops giving.
And I think we need more people kind of saying that. Look, no. You guys who want to be aesthetic, look, you can be aesthetic and still be crazy strong. And then we can pick on them for not doing both. That's how we need to encourage it. That's the culture we need to create. Not necessarily to bully or pick on people. You guys get the idea. Culture needs to be created of saying we can do multiple things at once. We can look really good. Okay, we can have the average person go, damn, they look good. And still be able to move crazy amounts of weight with good form. Okay? These are not mutually exclusive things. They weren't for decades. And then all of a sudden we decided they were. Time for that to go away. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.
It's been informative that you are going back on all the things that you said. Man, I think in your comment section, people wrote in your comment section some funny comments. Let me see. I remember this guy here. It says, training for aesthetics above everything else is the default position of men who have accepted they're on the downward slide, no longer capable of athleticism. It's largely a case of strict dieting, messing around with counterproductive water cuts and anabolics. Anybody can do it. It immortises clueless women and newbie kids. Okay. Strength aesthetics. Most people who argue online about training and strength versus size are neither strong enough or big enough to benefit from overly specializing training. Well, I've been there, dude, so I don't really care. That was in the past. People just declare themselves powerlifters or bodybuilders. I don't know what I declared myself. I just simply went through repeated bouts of damage until I got big and strong, until I understood what this big and strong meant. I try to build as much real muscle as I could to see how strong a person can get by increasing their muscle. Having a good skincare routine, okay, yes, daily moisturizing, whatever. You were the chosen one. It was said you would destroy the bodybuilders, not join them. Bring balance to the fitness community, not leave it in darkness. There was a better one here. I don't know. Somebody took it off. I don't know where it went. I think he erased it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. Oh, here it is. Think of it like watching someone's character arc. He went from saying there's no such thing as isolation movements plus eating on camera is gay, plus caring about aesthetics is gay, plus preacher curls are dangerous, plus stop the murder of plants, to now embracing and or promoting all the things that he used to be against. Anarchin started out as a Jedi. We're just seeing his transformation into the Sith Lord, and I am here for it. Man, that was the funniest comment I saw, on the channel. That is hilarious, dude. I don't know what else to say there, friends. Like and subscribe. Support the channel. It helps with the algorithm, friends. I'll see you in the next one. Blaha. He's definitely changing. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.